Hey everybody, I am back after a long it's only been like a month. It's kind of been a sabbatical. It's been like a crazy month. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff has changed. Yeah, I've been like, there's just been so much going on that I wanted to wait and do a video like until I had the actual time. It's in the middle of the day. It's like 2 on a Monday, and so that's already a change because I'm not at work. So I don't even really know where to start. I think in the last video it was just a vlog. Number one, let me know if you guys like vlogs or like sit down talks, because honestly, I am not a vlog person. When I'm like out with my friends or family or something, like vlogging is not on my mind. I'm a quality time person, so I put my phone away if I'm with friends or with family or just like hanging out. Like, I like to be in the moment, and also I don't like people around me feeling like I'm going to be videotaping everything. Like, then they have to watch what they say, blah, blah, blah. It's just like a lot. So honestly, I don't think vlogging is for me. I think I'm more of like a sit down, talk to the camera type of deal, or maybe eventually talk with other people on camera, because it's just, vlogging is a lot. I feel like I will do it on special occasions, but I probably won't be doing it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. I just feel like my sit down videos got a lot more views than like actual vlogs. That is just me. But anyways, so I know last year I was talking about how I don't want to be a doctor anymore, and like just how some of my wants and dreams and passions are changing. They've even changed since then, which is why I'm glad I didn't exactly say what I wanted to do, because they've changed since then. I just feel like the Lord has really been like unraveling me in this season. Everything I thought I wanted to do and be is like, nah. So I guess I should start at the beginning of the year. So at the beginning of the year, and I don't think I've actually really sat down completely and talked to you guys about this, but anyways, at the beginning of the year, I really felt like my word for this year was rest. And I was just like, rest? I don't have time to rest. I gotta make money. I have to like figure my life out. But you know, I was like, maybe rest of the soul, you know? So I got these, you know, prints from Andrea Howie. She's on Instagram, and she like does wonderful calligraphy. And anyway, she had a packet for rest, and so like I framed them. I just made my room like try to make it very peaceful, and I was just like, okay, rest, sure. And then one day I was at work late one night, and God was like, you know, do you trust me, or do you put your trust in your job and your benefits? Because honestly, the only reason that I was really still at my job was because I hadn't thought of anything else to do, and I didn't know where else I would work, and I was just scared. Fear was kind of keeping me there, even though it wasn't for me. And when something isn't for you, it's very draining, and you start feeling stuck. And so even though I had a better attitude at the beginning of the year, I was still very much like, I kind of don't want to be here. I was grateful, but I didn't want to be here. So I realized, I was like, I need to go ahead and leave. I was like, I need to go ahead and leave. But I still was like, you know what? I'll leave in like 2 months. I'll leave, well, not 2 months. I'll leave in August. That was my original plan. I was like, I'll leave in August and save up money and just figure it out. But I went to my women's conference, and it was really good, and I was just really like inspired for some reason. And I felt in my heart, I felt like God was like, you can leave in April. You can leave when you want to leave. And I was just like, no, that's my head. No, that I need to wait, because I'm like a very like set, like I have to have a plan. Like, I'm that type of girl. I don't do stuff like on a whim. Everything I do is intentional and planned, and I want to have plan A, B, C, D, all that. But I just felt that like, hey, you're gonna leave in April, and I was just like, I don't know, okay, I don't know. And so basically, long story short, and I'm not sharing every single detail because there's just no need to. But long story short, my last day of work was last Monday, so it's been a week, and I already have a new job that I'm excited about starting, and like the Lord has really blessed me because in March, I was really feeling that like push to like leave. Like, so I wrote down everything I would want in a job, and for in this season of my life, I wrote down everything that I would want in a job for this season. One of them being like flexible hours and a chance to be creative, and he definitely came through, and I'm so excited. And I haven't started my job yet, so maybe once I start, I'll like share more details about what I'm doing, but I just want to be really sensitive to that. But I'm really excited about the people I'm working with and my job, and I don't know, God is just really awesome. Like, he's really shown himself to be super faithful in my life. I don't think I've ever trusted God this much. And I know that sounds really bad because, you know, I'm a Christian and I'm supposed to trust God. But, like, honestly, if you think about it, how much do you trust God? I'm not saying that you don't plan, but, like, how many things are you sitting on that God has been like, hey, do this, leave your job? He's not telling everyone to leave their job. So if you don't say, April told me to leave my job. Okay. But, I mean, it's just all these things that he's asking us to do. He's asking us to trust him. He's asking us to really step out on faith. And I realize that you're only stuck if, you know, that's your mindset. A lot of times, like, people stay in a certain place or they don't make a certain move, but it's because of their lack of trust in God. Like, you have to trust that if I make a step, he's gonna make a step. Like, you know, when I move, you move, just like that, you know? So it's just that's how I feel. Like, when I moved, he moved, and I believed. And, you know, I know that it's not that easy. I'm blessed enough to, like, live with my parents and not really have a lot of bills. And, you know, I don't have a family of my own. I'm not married. I don't have kids. And so I know it's really hard for those who do have a lot of things going on. You can't just up and leave your job. Every situation is different. But I'm just saying that I think we have to stop being, like, beggars of God. Like, we're his children. And my pastor was preaching on that a lot, like, in March. That really challenged me, like, hey, I need to stop praying like God isn't my father and he doesn't want good things for me. I need to pray like, hey, Dad, this is what I need. Help, can you please help me? Instead of just like, oh my gosh, could you please just do this for me? A lot of times we do that and we don't think we're worthy of amazing things, and we are. So if you feel like you're in a place in your life where you kind of don't have a peace about it, you hate where you are, you want to move forward, know that you are worthy of moving forward. I kind of just felt like, oh my gosh, I have to figure everything out. I have to make, you know, money. I have to. And all along, God was willing to, like, provide for me, and really providing the opportunity for me to fully trust him and not be like, oh, I have a plan. I'm just going to do this later. And God's like, no, you can leave now. Like, I'm giving you permission. And so I wrote that down, and he really just came through. And I would say in this season, I'm learning that, like, he knows best, even when, you know, we can't figure out why certain things happen. Like, there's always, like, I just feel a preordained plan. Like, I truly feel like we're kind of zoomed in on this moment in our lives, but he sees the entire portrait. So I just have learned in shaky moments where I'm just like, is this going to work out, Lord? But knowing that he wants the best for me. And I have a huge change in my values. I used to be, and I may have talked about this before. If I do, feel free to fast forward. But I remember being a teenager, like before college, and even in college, just feeling like, I want to do this. I want to be this, like, high-powered, like, boss woman, whatever, boss babe, what do people say? I don't know. Like, I want to have it all. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I can be a mom, and I can be this, and I can do that, and da-da-da. And then I started seeing, like, behind it, like, I wanted to be a doctor. And I started to see the behind the scenes, and I realized like this fast-paced life was not what I wanted. And nothing's perfect. I think every single profession has its stresses, but I think you have to love it. And that's one thing I want to make sure I have in my life, where like I have room for my passions and creativities and my gifts, and that even when I have a family, that I do have the time to be with them, and that I can like create my own schedule, you know, and not be confined by the American dream, which I think is a little bit bogus now. I think that like everyone's, you know, white, like the whole white picket fence and 2 cars and everything, like that's great, and I think everyone just wants to be comfortable. But if you look at the way that Americans like work themselves to the bone, and then you look at maybe like other countries, I know like if you looked at any of Nipsey Hussle's I know this is like we're all over the place, but work with me, ride with me here. So on one of Nipsey Hussle's, or a couple of his interviews, he was talking about how in Africa, in Eritrea, where he's from, when he went to go visit, that their values are just so different, and how everything shuts down for lunch. Like for 2 hours, everybody goes home and eats with their family, and everything is centered around food. And I was talking to one of my other friends who's been to like Italy, and he says it's the same way there. Everybody, the kids go home from school, everybody goes home to like catch up with family and eat lunch and breathe. And if you ever read like Eat, Pray, Love, if you don't know the book, it's the movie with Julia Roberts. Anyways, if you ever read that, it's the same way. And then a lot of times they look at us people in the West and they're like, man, they're so stressed, they're so fat. And they don't relax and they don't enjoy life. And I know there are pressures of the world, and there are bills, and there is just like stress. But I mean, just find a way in your busy schedule to really live in the moment and be present and do what you love, even if it's for a few minutes every day, to spend time with your family, to make that time. Because material things and wanting the luxury like cars and working yourself to the bone to get paper that is going to burn up at the end of this life. Like, you can't take any of this stuff with you. I don't think it's worth it. And that's just things I've been considering, like what impact do I want to leave? Do I care about everything that I should care about? And how do I truly rest? I do recommend a book called Present Over Perfect, by Shauna Niequst, and I'll put that information like below in the bio. But like that has even kind of just reshaped, like, how do I want to live my life? What are my values? So like if you're in college, or even if you're not in college and you're still trying to figure out what you want to do, I would write down your values. What's important to you? Is it family? Is it travel? Is it getting money? I mean, that's you. If that's what your goal is, whatever. But what are your values, and like what do you really want out of this life, and what is important to you, and what is your life centered around, and is it fulfilling to your soul? Not like to others, not to look good, but like to your soul. And so yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I'm not saying that you can't work out and eat well when you have a stressful job, but it's almost like you're too exhausted to. So this morning I like worked out, and I was, it's so peaceful. I'm so at peace. But anyways, that's my life update. I'm gonna be back to uploading videos. I'll probably upload 2 this week, just because I've been gone for a while, and I'm really trying to get this popping and trying to do better editing, and I'm working with what I have. But thanks for watching this far if you did, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you later. Bye.